So joined by Steve today. Steve, you don't seem happy?
No, I'm not. You've just heard me in the dressing room. I think you just said then, but no, I'm really disappointed, buddy. The lads know how disappointed I am. I don't care if it's an end of season game, and it doesn't mean nothing to them. It means a lot to me, and it means a lot to the people who've come to pay through the gates and cheered them on all game. I thought first half we were absolutely brilliant, absolutely unplayable at times. It's the best we've played in a long time. And then second half, questions are being answered in the dressing room now if they're good enough to be here next year.
Yeah, obviously going 2-0 up, you probably thought you'd be able to see the game out. Did it surprise you conceding two?
Yeah, the goals were terrible. Absolutely shocking defensive errors. The second one was a 60-yard ball right down the middle. I just couldn't believe what I was watching, if I'm being honest. First half we should have been out of sight, 5-6, 7-0 with the amount of chances we created, and we went in at our time and just said don't be complacent. I've made a change. I brought Anderson off with that run tomorrow. We're cruising, and then we've gone out and we were a pub side. We were absolutely diabolical, and I'm just gutted for the fans because they've obviously sang their hearts out all game trying to keep the lads' spirits up, and we just look like a pub side. So I mean, I don't want to take away from Alsager because they've come a long way up north to play the game. But you know, if we're talking about winning the league next year, or challenging, I should say, for the league, we can't be playing like that. And certain players have had a stern talking to when we've gone around the whole dressing room and asked the question: do they think we're good enough to win the league next year? And at the moment, it's a fucking mixed bag. Sorry for the language, but I'm angry. So we've got some serious questions to answer, and I've told the lads the next two games now they're playing for a shirt to be here in the summer, because we shouldn't be trying to celebrate finishing fourth. I want to make that clear. That's just a personal ambition. It's great for the club because it's the highest they've ever finished in the first season. It'd be fantastic, but for the players that we've got in that dressing room, it's not good enough, and I can tell you now that won't be happening next year.
Was there a chance when obviously it was 2-2 that you put yourself on, or?
Well, I've had to go on the bench today because we've had a lot of people missing. Spenny was missing from midweek with his injury. Bondi was working from midweek. Obviously the three lads who were doing the run tomorrow, well, four lads I should say, Tom Berwick, Stockers, Ed Williams and Anderson, we said, well, we'll leave them out because they're doing something great for charity. But it's probably took the focus away from them a little bit. Certain body language of certain players, just not good enough. We've tried to manage the game at 2-0, you're thinking, right, we're playing well, we're cruising, loads of chances, yeah, we can take a few of them off, just stick myself on as well, just to get 10-15 minutes and play in front of that great crowd, because any player that wouldn't want to play in front of that, they shouldn't be in football, and I was dying to get on. But at 2-2, you're thinking, if I put myself on, you know, is it the right thing to do? We've got some young lads there with pace, stick them up front, we might just snatch something. It might have been different if we were 2 or 3-0 up. I could have put myself on, but I'm not, you know, I'm not stupid, and I wouldn't have done that. I don't think the fans deserve that for a bit of a personal thing for me. But all I can say is I'm sorry to the fans. I'm just gutted, as you can tell by the way I'm being. I'm really angry at that second half display and just the way that the lads have acted in the second half.
Yeah, looking to Tuesday now. Obviously, Runcorn lost again today, 2-0.
Right.
Do you expect a different performance from the lads, and what do you expect from Runcorn now?
I'm not bothered about Runcorn Lennox, to be honest. I feel sorry for them because obviously they've been in a title run all season. I think they've sat top all season, and you know they've lost some results of late. But I think they knew the league was over, so they're obviously deflated after a long season. And it is a hard, tough, long season, North West Counties, and they've been up there since day one, I think. So to see yourself be there every week for nearly 38 weeks and then lose it in the last two, it's difficult. But Glossop have just been relentless and superb. But then I suppose you still got all them fans that are coming to watch you, and that's why I'm disappointed. You know, fans turn up every week to come and watch you and play, and we're trying to entice them to come back. And Runcorn Lennox, they've been getting some, you know, bad press or whatever. But you know, I'm not bothered about what they're like when they come. But from us, I'm expecting a reaction because you heard me as you're walking past. Players are playing for a shirt for next year because they need to show me that they're good enough to be here, mate, and finish. I mean, I believe, did Ashton draw or something, or 1874 lose today as well?
Yep, both
so,
those.
You know, we could have cemented fourth place today and then possibly catch third. And that's the hunger that the players have got to try and find and dig deep. You know, win ugly. And, you know, we played great football in the first half, and I'm not going to take that away from them. But then you've got to start managing games, play ugly and win. And that's what Glossop have done a lot of the season. You know, they're not a fantastic, unbelievable side, and they're not a million miles away from us. But what they do is they win games and they manage games, and that's what we just haven't got. So I either go out and get it, or these lot start showing me that they've got it in the locker in the last 2 games of the season.
Cheers for that, Steve.
Yeah, cheers, Ben.
Cheers.
Thanks, mate.